Political headlines. The campaign trail is heating up, particularly in the race for governor. A new poll shows Keisha Lance Bottoms and Rick Jackson are virtually tied. Atlanta News First reporter Sarah Hammond reports from the state capitol with the messages these candidates are focusing on.
Well, when a new poll from InsiderAdvantage shows just 1 decimal point separating these two candidates right now, both Rick Jackson and Keisha Lance Bottoms know that every campaign stop counts, every speech matters from here on out.
This new poll shows Republican Rick Jackson with 46.3% support and Democrat Keisha Lance Bottoms with 46.2% among likely voters who were surveyed. At a campaign event in Decatur on Friday, Bottoms outlined her health care agenda, calling for Georgia to expand Medicaid, one of the signature messages in her campaign.
We need to focus on how we can expand Medicaid in Georgia, how we can access those federal dollars that we have left on the table to help cover people across the state.
Jackson, who was joined by Governor Brian Kemp in Beaufort Saturday, says there's another way to cut health care costs by targeting middlemen, increasing price transparency, and expanding options in rural Georgia.
I know healthcare. I've spent my life in it. I know where the costs are. I know where the waste is. And I know how the system helps families, and I also know how it fails them. Too many Georgians are paying more and getting less. That's going to change.
Bottoms' campaign billed this weekend's visit through Northwest Georgia as an opportunity to highlight plans to reduce housing and health care costs.
Health care is not a partisan issue. If someone has a car accident or a heart attack, nobody comes in and asks what political party are you affiliated with.
Jackson has pledged to reduce government spending and taxes if elected.
As governor, I will treat affordability like a crisis because for too many families, it already is. Before government asks you for another dollar, it ought to account for every dime it already takes.
Both campaigns have been very visible to voters during campaign stops over the last few weeks, and that is something we can expect to continue as we get closer to Election Day, which is on November 3rd. At the state capitol, Sarah Hammond, Atlanta News First.